Hello everyone, this is Arina Tawfiq. I hope you are fine and safe at home. Let's continue lesson 2, that is microorganism. Today we are going to start new topic, that is growth of microorganism. You know very well that microorganisms are found everywhere. That is in air, water, soil, dead and decaying organic matter, and inside as well as on the body of living organism. They can exist in extreme condition of temperature, in hot water springs as well as in deserts, marshy lands, and even in ice cold areas. So now we are going to discuss about suitable condition for the growth of microorganism. First condition is oxygen. Now those microorganisms which require or need oxygen for respiration are known as aerobic microbes. Example are like bacteria, Streptococcus, Staphylococcus, etc. Now those microorganisms which do not require oxygen for respiration are called anaerobic microbes. For example, yeast, Escherichia coli, etc. So on the basis of oxygen, there are two types of these microbes. Next condition for the growth of microorganism is water, and this is the most essential requirement. Some amount of water is always needed for their growth. Now the third condition is temperature. The best temperature needed for their growth is between 25 to 38 degree Celsius. Now fourth condition for the growth of microorganism is the dark place, or we can say some warm places. We have already discussed that they grow best in dark, warm and moist places. So no direct sunlight should be there, because direct sunlights kill them. Next condition for the growth of microorganisms is the food. Now on the basis of this food supply, they are categorized into three types, that is saprophytic, parasitic and photosynthetic. There are many more also, but the first one is saprophytic. These are the microorganisms which feed on dead and decaying matter. The parasitic microorganisms are those which are found inside or outside the host. The third is the photosynthetic microorganisms which can make their own food. So this is all about the growth of microorganisms, and these are the conditions. Microorganisms are useful as well as harmful to us in many ways. First of all, we are going to discuss the useful microorganism. Their uses can be divided into commercial, medicinal, agricultural and environmental. Now let us know what are the commercial uses. Commercial means intended to make money, or from business point of view to make money. So they are used for making bread. Next is for making curd and cheese. Then third is making alcoholic beverages. Let's know how this bread is made. unicellular fungus called yeast has been used for thousands of years to make bread. The process of making bread involves mixing of all the ingredients like wheat flour, salt, sugar, yeast, and warm water. They are all needed to make dough. When the yeast is added, it makes the dough to rise and its volume also increases. This is due to the production of carbon dioxide. So, in this way, the dough becomes fluffy and porous. Actually, what happens? The yeast breaks down the sugar present in wheat flour to produce alcohol, that is ethanol and carbon dioxide. So this process is known as fermentation. In 1857, Louis Pasteur discovered fermentation. Here you can see the equation of this fermentation, that is the sugar, that is the glucose present in wheat flour, is changed into ethanol and carbon dioxide is released. Because this carbon dioxide is released, it makes the bread porous. Some round holes you can see in the bread and it makes it spongy also. Do you know how this curd is made at home? When a teaspoon of curd is added to warm milk, then what happens? The curd which is added contains a bacteria called lactobacillus. When it is added, it multiplies and converts the lactose of milk into lactic acid and turn it into curd. So this is how curd is made. Next time you should see or try to make the curd at home. Now bacteria like lactobacillus and streptococcus, they are involved in preparation of cheese and paneer. So next time when you eat this cheese and paneer, remember these bacteria. Microorganisms are also involved in the preparation of alcoholic beverages like alcohol, wine, etc. Now yeast is added into the grape juice and it converts the sugar of the juice to create ethanol, releasing carbon dioxide in the process. Again, this process is fermentation. Now microorganisms are also used in the production of vinegar, toothpaste, pickles, etc. So this is all about the commercial uses of microorganisms. I hope you must have understood the topic very well. Thank you and have a nice day.